sí ní ẹni tí ọmọ dúpẹ́ kíláàsì ẹni ọpẹ́ wọ nìkan o. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn àròlé Ọlọ́run lórí ilẹ̀ nílùú kọ̀ọ̀kan, àwọn tí wọ́n ń bá Ọlọ́run dúró tí wọ́n ń pè ní kábíọ́ kò sí. Mo kí yín o, gbogbo àròlé Ọlọ́run níbí, mo kí yín púpọ̀. Ẹ má bínú nítorí tá a bá ní ká mọ dákọ̀, ṣùgbọ́n àwọn àlejò wa náà wà níbí náà, aláwọ̀ wà níbí, olójúdó, alára ẹ̀kọ́, tó ẹ má bí mo kí gbogbo wa. Ọ̀pá táàbí máa darí ẹ̀ púpọ̀ wà níbí, olùlé gbogbo àdúpẹ́ unity olóde rẹ̀ ká máa kọ̀ntínú báyìí. Torí kọ̀sẹ́ni tí ó gbé nǹkan wá sí wọn. Bí ẹ bá léyìn ọmọ promote Abẹ́òkúta, tó wáyé Abẹ́òkúta ló gbé. Ọ̀dọ̀ wa náà là á sì ṣe west ti ọ̀dọ̀ wọ̀ wa. Ọ̀dọ̀ gbogbo wa. Bí ẹ bá gbé ìlú Ẹ̀gbá, bí ẹ bá gbé ìlú Ẹ̀gbá yọ̀ ga. Bí ẹ bá gbé ìlú Ẹ̀wálẹ̀ yọ̀ wálẹ̀. Bí ẹ bá gbé agbègbè rẹ̀ ga yọ̀ ga. Bí ẹ bá gbé agbègbè rẹ̀ wálẹ̀ yóò ṣe máa wà nílẹ̀ náà. Ẹ má jà á ní fọwọ́ ara wa síra wa. Mo kí yín pọ̀ fún bá a ṣe jọ jókòó yìí, káyìn kápọ̀ yẹni. Àdúgbò o, Ọlọ́run ọba tó ṣe báyìí, ìṣẹ̀ntì máa ń lórí ọmọ mi, ṣùgbọ́n nínú gbogbo ẹ̀ náà we agree to disagree. Lẹ́yìn mo sì bẹ̀rẹ̀ jíṣẹ́, mo kí gbogbo orí adé ọ̀run lẹ̀kẹ̀ tí a ń pè ní àròlé Olódùmarè, mo kí gbogbo wa o. Lẹ́yìn náà mo kí gbogbo àwọn baálẹ̀ aṣojú, mo kí gbogbo olóyè àtọmọba ojúlé tiwa o. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin àìsís pátá mo kí yín. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ bá àwọn ọba wá mo kí yín o. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin àrùn pátápátá. Mo sì mú greetings wá látọ̀dọ̀ olórí orílẹ̀-èdè. Wọ́n ní kí yín dáadáa káwọn máa gbọ́. Wọ́n ní kí yín dáadáa president gangan. Lẹ́yìn náà mínísítà Oyètọ́lá náà ni máa kí ní sọ ohun tó dé tó fi kan ti mínísítà ń tẹ̀. So mínísítà pọ̀. Tí mo fi ń sọ yóò wà nínú communique yìí nítorí ọjọ́ra wọn ni. Ìrìn tí wọ́n bá wa ṣe ọ̀nà yìí ó ti pẹ́ tí a ti ń jìyà rẹ̀. Ìyá ni ó gbogbo mi ní ń ṣe nígbà ayé Buhari. Mo lọ sí Àbújá lọ bá Fáṣọlá níjọ ojú ọ̀nà èmi ni mò ń fi sìmẹ́ntì páàsì ẹ̀ jọ bá ń ṣe wọ́n ní láéláé wọ́n ní stéètì ni ó wọ́n rọ̀dà bó lọ́jà Sunday jọ́nà Àbújá. Mo sì ti lọ bá gómìnà Arẹ́gbẹ́ngbà yẹn ó ní kò sówó gbàyẹn náà lè rí bí òṣòwò nígbà tẹ́ bá rí nígbà náà gan-an. Owó local government nìkan èèyàn 350 ní bẹ́ẹ̀nu payroll agba 900,000. Kìí ṣe 1%, àgbà 1%, 900,000 ní gbogbo 350,000. Olùkọ́ rẹ̀ ọmọ ilé ọlọ́ba wọn ni ẹwà ìbáwára o. Àyè kan wà bẹ́ẹ̀, àyè kan wà bẹ́ẹ̀. Ọba lọ wọ́n ní kábíyèsí Olódùmarè àwa àyè tiwa náà. Ọlọ́ba mọ́lá Àbújá ni o. Àṣé gbogbo ọkọ̀ tí wọ́n wà lábújá àti gbogbo bàálù tí a fowó wọ̀ lápò ara ní àṣé jọjà sínú tẹ́ẹ̀sì ẹ̀sìn bẹ lórí fóònù lóde nílé nípa ṣọlá. Mo tún kà láàrin ní fẹ́ẹ̀sì. ní kò ṣe oníkèéṣe federal road láwọn olè fọ́ọ̀kan. Èmi gan kó mọ sìmẹ́ǹtì mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní lọ́ọ́ máa ṣe fúnra mi. Tí ń jí láàárọ̀ láago 8 láàárọ̀, aago 6 ní tòkó lójú títì. 44 kìlómítà rò lárí nígbà yẹn ní láti ìyànà lẹ́gbọ̀n láti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Là ń fi sìmẹ́ǹtì kì í. Bó tún yára bọ́ sọ́nà àbàdàn. Lólódó. Àwọn èèyàn wọn ní ẹwọ ọba odidi ọba di títì kò yẹ ọ ní pé àwọn èèyàn mi bí wọn ọba rọnà gbà ọ̀nà ibi tí ọba ti sọ́nà kò sí ìlú bẹ́ẹ̀ ọba ti sọ́nà kò sí ìlú ọ̀nà ní máa mú kí á mọ̀ pé ojú ọ̀nà ibìkan lélẹ̀ wọ́n ti ọba sọ́nà igbó ti dí ọ̀nà ó ti ẹ̀ tó bí ọ̀sùn tẹ̀lú igbó ti dí bẹ́ẹ̀ igi ńlá ti wù lójú títì láti fi bẹ̀rẹ̀ for more than 13 years kí n tó dé orí rẹ̀ so adúgbò lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run èyí tí ó ṣẹlẹ̀ síwáyé oríire ńlá ni o the Ọ̀ṣun West Senatorial District ní eléyìí ẹ̀yẹ́ máa wọ́n owó ẹgbẹ́ títì wọn ó ti di nǹkan concrete ni wọ́n sì ṣe a sì tún dúpẹ́ gbogbo nǹkan so wọ́n ní ká wọ́n ní kí yín o ní kí yín dáadáa ààrẹ gángan wọ́n ní kí yín o lọ́mọdé o wọ́n lè sọ pé ẹni tó wá bá wọn gbà á ń sọ ìtàn rẹ̀ pé nígbà kan rí wọ́n ní Oyètọ́lá ti lọ síbẹ̀ ó lẹ̀ wọ́n sọ tó tán fún wa wọ́n wá lọ bá Ọ̀ṣínbàjò gbà yẹn Ọ̀ṣínbàjò náà wọ́n á approve ẹ̀ wọ́n ti lẹ́tà yẹn gan tó wà lọ́wọ́ mi tí wọ́n fi kọ́ approve ẹ̀ ó wà lórí wọ́n fi kọ́ approve ẹ̀ ó wà lórí fóònù báyìí nígbà yẹn that was 2022 ọ̀wọ́n ò ṣe kankan sí so nígbà yìí wọ́n á gba kọ́ọ̀ níbi oṣù méjì sẹ́yìn ló bá di nọ́mbà mi náà fi pè mí ló bá di mínísítà Oyètọ́lá ló wá ní kábíyèsí ọ̀nà yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ ń sunkún ẹ̀ mo ti wá gbogbo ọ̀nà ó lè káwọn tó ṣe ṣùgbọ́n ní ìsìn àwọn ti sọ di federal òun ti ju gbogbo ọ̀nà òun sì sọ gbogbo téèyàn bá ṣe lè ní ọ̀sán báwọn sọ̀rọ̀ náà wò mo dìde mo dó bá gómìnà yìí sọ̀rọ̀ nínú òdìdí mojú bá lọ sódò eléyìí Oyètọ́lá ló sọ pé lóṣù méjì sẹ́yìn wọn ní kábíyèsí ọ̀nà yẹn ti ó máa federal ni o bẹ́ẹ̀ máa di federal máa dẹ́ mo ti jẹ́ ká mo ti sọ fún David Umahi must be done ohun tó fi dá ká máa ní ọmọ níbi kéde kéèyàn tó lọ́mọ tó lè kọjá fáfá ọmọ rẹ wọ́n lè gbọ́ ọmọ síbi kan kọ́ kọjá ẹsẹ̀ inú òwe so ó lè sọ pé lóṣù méjì sẹ́yìn ló sọ pé oníṣòwò ké máa ti sọ̀rọ̀ ní àfihàn ní last week nígbà ní wọ́n ti approve ẹ̀ o so a lè dúpẹ́ wọ́n á tó wá mo sì jẹ́ pé gbogbo ẹ̀ láṣẹ láti sọ fún wọn ọmọ wa ní láti Ọ̀ṣun náà ẹ má yẹ kí ẹlòmí ò ṣe o ọmọ wa tó bá wà bíi àwa náà láwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n lè ṣe tí wọ́n máa títì ṣe o bá ṣe títì oníkankéré tí wọ́n ṣe ní coastal ọmọ wa náà lè ṣe tóun náà máa ṣe ó ti ṣe wẹ́ẹ̀ dáadáa so a sọ mi ọ̀dà akíru owó nǹkan wá bí gbèsè kọ́ 114 billion jẹ́ pín ká ìjẹ́ pín ká inú bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹ̀yìn ní ẹgbẹ́ lẹ́nu ìgbà tí ọmọ Yorùbá Tinubu ìtọ́jẹ kìíníṣẹ́sì ní tí a ti gbé wá sọ́sùn nìkan ní òtítì is over 700 billion. 700 billion. lọ́dà fún yín wọ́n ní kí n kí àwọn méjèèjì yẹn ni wọ́n mọ̀ pé wọ́n ní kí n kí wọ́n ní káwọn máa gbọ́ báyìí pé mo jíṣẹ́ o gbogbo yín lẹ gbọ́n pé mo jíṣẹ́ o.
àwọn náà kí wọn kábíyèsí o.
So I brought greetings from God and I want to read my speech for this press conference. All and below.
O ti block o lè dúró yẹn.
Òun náà fẹ́ hàn náà kámẹ́rà.
Ọlọ́jà ọ̀fẹ́ kọ́ owó ọ̀fẹ́ fọ́ọ̀rọ̀ kọ́ gángan the youthful king.
Ọba tó yọ̀ǹgẹ̀. All Arole Olodumare here present. Ntọ́lọ́ ń dá lọ́lá tó sọ di ọba tó sọ di kábíọ́ kò sí òkì gbogbo yín. Community leaders, kings here present, community leaders, baálẹ̀, aṣojú, ọmọọba, ìjòyè, tí gbogbo. Kings here present, community leaders, gentlemen of the press, bailies, princes and chiefs, high chiefs, we are here today to make a history. We, the traditional rulers across Osun West Senatorial District of Osun State, gather at the palace of the Oluwo of the land to revisit a 49 years old history and open a new page of history for many generations to reference. 2 months ago, I received a call from the Honorable Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Alhaji Ishaq Boyega Oyetola. He has been monitoring my attention on the Osogbo Iwo Road since my enthronement. Kabiyesi, your sweat on Osogbo Iwo Road is over. On behalf of you, the good people of Osun West, Osun and Oyo State, I will talk to the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We will take over the road and ensure it is reconstructed, says Oyetola. To the glory of Olodumare, God Almighty. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu approved the road just last Thursday. On this same road, I made several efforts to convince the former administration of late President Muhammadu Buhari through regular calls and texts, but they insisted it was a state road. Today, the story has changed. We have elected our son, who reads and understands the value of powers. A historical line, Osogbo Iwo Ibadan Road was divided into 2 segments, Ibadan Iwo and Osogbo Iwo. The Ibadan Iwo was last built by Solemn Bonia, Nigeria Limited in 1977 during the military administration of David Jebion. The construction of the second segment, Iwo Osogbo, awarded at the contract sum of 11.5 million naira in 1977, completing the section was more challenging because it passed through shades of contractors, including TWZ Construction, Pbat and Sons, and Port Construction Company, before it was eventually inaugurated in 1990. However, the road was shoddily done such that it began to show deficiencies as early as 1991. To address the hardship, the failure generated for the road users, multi-state road project, 2 of the newly created Osun State government engaged in patching exercise on the road. When the needed relief was far from being achieved, the state government later commissioned an engineering firm, competent engineers, to come to the rescue. They were to investigate the causes of the attendant failure on the road. When the company could not deliver as charged, the geotechnical and structural unit of the State Ministry of Works and Transport was in the year 2002, drafted in by Chief Bisi Akande, the state governor at the time. The effort of Chief Akande to convince the Obasanjo-led federal government to rehabilitate the road yielded no fruit. The Laurent statesman had to fall back to the little resources at the disposal of his government to make the road motorable while his governorship lasted. Successive governments of Osun State made several efforts, but the expected results were not met. Osogbo-Iwo axis of Osogbo-Iwo-Ibadan road has been abandoned for almost 10 years before my ascension to the throne in 2015. Commuters and other road users used to pass through an alternative route of Odagba to Awo, spending almost 3 hours for less than an hour journey. Upon my enthronement, I cleared the bushy sections, mobilized materials, including cement, and rehabilitated the dilapidated road. I used to resume on the road at 8 a.m. and close by 6 p.m. every day. This procedure was a routine exercise for almost 4 months until the road was reopened. I have equally intervened on the Iwo-Ibadan road, sometimes in 2018 when it was nearly unpassable. In 2022, Governor Oyetola of Osun State, former Governor Oyetola of Osun State, and Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State collaborated and split the road into two. The project was awarded to Peculiar Ultimate Nigeria Limited. The outcome was not expected result because of the change in government. Recently, the road was taken over by the federal government and approved last Thursday, 30th of May 2026, by President Bola. Is it? April. Sorry about that. And approved last Thursday, 30th of April 2026, by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and their federal executive. It is expedient to commend President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who has chosen to put a smile on our faces by easing transportation stress frequently faced on the road. He has chosen to improve the economic and commercial interaction of two ancient and great states, Osun and Oyo. He volunteered himself to launch a historical legacy and renew people's hope. Along the stretch of the road are great cities, including Ibadan, Iwo, Osogbo, Ede, I think we have to include Awo, Ara, Ileogbo, Telemu, Ashamu, Ido-Osun, right? Ido-Osun, yes. Adjoining over 30 adjoining towns, such as Ileogbo, Awo, Ejioku, Ogboro, Ido-Osun, Olukunle, Idi-Osan, Adewumi, Dry-Pottery, Enerunmu, Lalupon, Ariku, Idito, Iyanore, Telemu, Ashamu, Labiano, Ogboro, Papa, and many more. We extend our commendation to the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Alhaji Isiaka, for facilitating the federal government's intervention and subsequent approval. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has listened to us when we needed him. He answered the project. The project is a challenge for all of us to answer when he calls to. There is no appropriate reward than to massively support his second term re-election. He is our son. We should be proud of him. We should be advocates of his success. He is our pride. We should lead a struggle of his renewed hope agenda. Let us blow the trumpet of his successes. To our fellow traditional rulers, it should be a thing of joy that It should be a thing of joy that a Yoruba president is the one sitting, and we even adopt him. We are going to adopt him as our own too in Osun. As the president of Nigeria. He is not only president for a performing #1 citizen, giving hope to the hopeless. When he left the son who knows and understands the value of power, who cherishes his name and protects. As a responsible, your primary duty is to ensure his sustainability.
sustainability of such power, just like you protect and sustain your name on the throne. Tinubu is a prince committed to protect the throne through enviable legacy. His legacy in Osun State is unmatched. We have never had it so good like this. I challenge all of us to go back to our domain to inform our subjects of the significance of having our son at the ends of affairs. We should enlighten them on why Tinubu should be re-elected. What we gather to celebrate here may be the tip of the iceberg. Should we support his re-election? And long live Nigeria. Long live Osun State. Ọba sì ní lórí ọpẹ́ làdá, ẹlẹ́ni tó bá sì dùgbò orí àná lórí ní ìgbà. Eléyìí ó kéré. Please make adjustments on this thing. That thing that you wrote there, we should take these papers and erase that, all those things. You think say, oh, think more else to do so. Okay, bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Káwọn tí àwọn tí wọ́n bá gbé ìbò ní ẹ̀yìn náà lọ gbé ìbò. Gbogbo òwò la fẹ́ jẹ́ kí a máa ṣe ìbò. Gbogbo òwò làwọn yẹn fi ń kàwé. Èbó ni a fi ń kàwé ni a sọ pé a sọ Yorùbá. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo wa náà láti kọ́sẹ́ńtì ìwé jùlọ láti kà. O lè fi Yorùbá di lọ́yà nísìnyí o. O lè fi Yorùbá di pòfẹ́sọ̀. Àgbà tó bá kà ọ́ ṣe èbó. Dandan ni ẹ ṣe èbó, ẹ jẹ́ káwọn ọmọ wa ṣe èbó. Níjọ́ tí Yorùbá náà bá upgrade Yorùbá wọn, tá a lè fi Yorùbá sọ ṣe chemistry. Nígbà náà ní kẹrọ àìmọ́ ní ìsìn èèbó ìní àbí ń kàwé orí fúnra wọn ní ọ̀pọ̀ lóko. Àwa náà táwa náà bá yẹ ká lè bá àwọn ṣe àwọn sọ́bjẹ́ẹ̀tì ní Yorùbá. Ìjẹ́ ìpé ní China wọ́n yẹ pé èèbó ṣe Chinese gbogbo ohun tí a sì fi ṣe physics, chemistry and everything Chinese náà. Ká sọ fáwọn ènìyàn. Díẹ̀ máa yípo kan, olóòfẹ́ ẹgbọ́n, ṣáàmà, ẹlórí wà láàbù, wọ́n fẹ́ káwọn ẹ̀yà aláta ọgbọ́n, sáwọn ẹ̀yà ọ̀gbọ́ ègbò, mọ́ wọ́n ti rá aláta tí ń ṣe ègbò. Ok, wọ́n ní a sọmọ́rá ìsìn ìgbàna. Ẹ̀ntà ẹ̀dí sọ́tẹ́lẹ̀ náà. Wọ́n ní mo sí. Ẹjá dìbò, ẹjá náwọ́ ilé ìbò láwẹ̀. Ẹ̀ntọ́ bá fẹ́ ẹjá sọ Yorùbá kọ́ náwọ́. Ẹ̀tọ́ wa bẹ́ẹ̀ já fílẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ náwọ́. Wàhálà dé. Ìbò. Ẹ má dìbò wá ìdìbò láti close. Okay. Abẹ́yìn lẹ́sọ̀ọ́ mi jẹ́. Sọ̀rọ̀ tiẹ̀ yọ sọ̀rọ̀ tiẹ̀ jẹ́ tó. Ẹ bá fẹ́ kí ìjẹ́ ìjọba tọmọkọ́mọ́ làálà. Mo bẹ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ wà láàrin. Mo fi orúkọ Ọlọ́run tẹ nígbàgbọ́ nínú rẹ̀. Mo fi bẹ̀yìn. Ẹ bá mi dìde. Ẹ bá mi kí bàbá yìí. Ó fún ọmọ mi ní àǹfààní tí ò ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí láti fẹ́ dìbò sẹ́nẹ̀tì. Tí ì bá ṣe bàbá yìí, wọ́n á lè fún tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì. Tí ẹ̀ bá dẹ̀ sì yàn lórí bẹ́ẹ̀ tí sọ́lẹ̀ kan yìí, gbọ́dọ̀ dúpẹ́ ni o. Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ bá mi dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn dáadáa. Kí Ọlọ́run kó jẹ́ kí wọ́n pẹ́ lórí ọlá bàbá wa. Gbogbo nǹkan tó kù tí wọ́n ń rò, Ọlọ́run ló mọ ohun tó lè ṣe Ọlọ́run dá wọn lóhùn àyè. Kò gbọdọ̀ sí wọn o.